Hi, this is the Business Guy, and today I want to talk to you about what the perfect asset protection plan looks like, how this will help you when you get sued, and we'll also be revealing the strongest asset protection tool in the world. And if you think it might be for you, I'm going to ask you to call and speak with a consultant and get more information. In fact, there's a website listed below and a phone number on this screen, so you can call right now if you want to. As a background, I've been in the asset protection field since 1991. We have employees in 6 states across the country and internationally, including licensed attorneys on our staff. And I believe we have over 65,000 clients in our database, and our company started in 1906. So what is the perfect asset protection plan? I like to use the acronym BEST, B-E-S-T. Now, B stands for best jurisdiction. For example, if you're going to set up an asset protection trust, you want to set it up in a jurisdiction that has asset protection trust laws in place. That is, you want a jurisdiction so that when you, as the one setting up and funding the trust, have access to the money in the trust, but your enemies at law do not. In most jurisdictions of the world, if you have access to trust assets, so does the guy who won a lawsuit against you. Now, there are a few countries that have the best laws in the world at keeping your money safe. Likewise, there are some states that offer asset protection trusts, but we have not seen them work very well in practice, and the case law evidence shows they offer little to no protection unless you actually live in that state. So B stands for best jurisdiction. Now the E stands for easy to operate. If you have a debit card you can use, or you can wire money to where you need it to go, then you're going to be a happy camper. Even if you need our law firm to step in to protect you, you can still log in online and see your money. If you're into investing, you can make stock trades yourself online or have a skilled money manager do it for you. And with today's modern technology, it is easier than ever to protect your money and still be able to see exactly what's going on with your funds 24 hours a day. So E represents easy to operate. Now the S stands for structured properly. The attorneys on the other side of the aisle love to do everything they can to poke holes in your structure and have the judge nod and hand over your hard-earned money to them. That is why we want you to have your asset protection structure set up by trained professionals. We have experienced licensed attorneys on staff who can do just that for you, and we've been through the battles and know exactly where we have to strengthen your armor so the legal bullets don't kill your hard-earned wealth. So structured properly is the S. Now T stands for time. Now time is split into 2 parts. First, we want to set up your asset protection plan as early as possible. That's what you'll want to do before you're sued or threatened with a lawsuit is the best time. The problem is that we have too many people calling us when they're running around in circles with their hair on fire. Now, there are ways to protect you after you've already been sued, but setting up your asset protection plan early as humanly possible puts the odds in your favor. Now, the second part of time is how long your plan is going to last. Don't be fooled into thinking that you will only get sued this one time. Because you set up an asset protection plan, you want to last a lifetime once you set it up, so that you will always have your armor on ready for the next lawsuit. So your asset protection plan should be able to last a lifetime. And with the trust we established, they can last a lifetime plus for those of future generations, keeping your wealth protected and taking care of the right people, such as your children, grandchildren, or other loved ones long after you're gone. So the T stands for time. Now let's look at an example of the perfect asset protection plan. So what is the strongest asset protection tool? The strongest asset protection tool in the world is the Offshore Asset Protection Trust. Why? Because a U.S. court says, give me the money, And your offshore trust company, in our case our law firm, our offshore lawyers say, no, not going to. You don't have jurisdiction down here. Now you, by and large, don't get in hot water because you are cooperating. Now think about it. You're telling the trustee to bring the funds back because the judge told you so. So you're following the judge's orders. And the trustee, on the other hand, follows a very special clause we put into the trust called the duress clause. Now, when the trustee knows you are not asking the trustee to turn over your hard-earned money to the courts by your own free will, they are duty-bound to protect your money, and your money remains safe and secure. Now, if you're not happy with the lawyers that serve as the trustee, you simply fire them and hire another firm. So you have access to your money, but your legal enemy does not. We also have a tool called a trigger trust, and the trigger trust is a U.S. trust for tax and legal purposes. So you can be the initial co-trustee when you are under legal attack. Our trust company / law firm, as the other co-trustee, can remove you and step in to protect your assets. Now, when we set up the offshore trust, we want to give you the initial remote control. So we set up an LLC and we put it inside of the trust. The LLC holds the bank accounts and the investment accounts, and we make you the manager. Now, if needed, the trust company, our law firm, can step in as manager of the LLC to protect you. Now, the trust also includes estate planning. For example, if you're happily married, when you die, everything goes to your spouse, and when you both die, the kids split everything, and so on. As mentioned, the trust can last forever and can take care of future generations according to your wishes. Now, if you want, your trust can have a protector, though many trusts do not have them. A protector can change the trustee for you or make requests to the trustee if you're not able to physically or legally. Now, the protector should be international and not subject to the orders of the local courts. Now, what about domestic assets? What about them? What about your real estate, your cars, equipment, your business, the privately held stock you hold, and so on? In fact, we have a whole video on asset protection for real estate. So look up the video, Asset Protection for Real Estate, on the assetprotectionplanners.com website for more information. Basically, we put most real estate into land trusts for privacy of ownership. Okay? So the real estate goes into land trusts. Now, the land trusts do not provide protection, they provide privacy. So an LLC is the owner or beneficiary of each land trust. So when we record, then after we put the LLCs owning the land trust, we record equity lines of credit against each property. Now, this technique is called equity stripping. This paper lien is initially payable to the LLC inside your trust. And keep in mind, this is an equity line of credit, so there's no money changing hands yet. It's like a checkbook loan. And then, if you need to, on rare occasions, and this only happens in about 1% of the cases, we have third-party lenders who can purchase the liens and place the proceeds in an inaccessible account in your offshore trust. Now, they pay you interest on the proceeds, and you pay interest on your loans. Usually the difference is about 1.5% annually. In this way, you can show the courts that the loans are truly payable to a third-party lender and you have received the proceeds. Again, this is rare that we need to go to this third-party lender step, and it only happens in about 1% of the cases, as we said. So the Offshore Asset Protection Trust is the most powerful asset protection tool when appropriate, when set up in the right jurisdiction, and when drafted properly. The bottom line is everything you've worked so hard for is safe and secure. And everything we talked about is tax neutral. It won't increase or decrease your taxes. And you can do this all legally with full disclosure to the government. And all of this is done in this simple structure that can work for about 90% of the people who need asset protection. So remember, your asset protection structure should be the best. That is, best jurisdiction, easy to operate, structured properly, and set up at the proper time, which is as early as possible, and should be able to protect your assets for a lifetime. Now, proper asset protection plans should give you the peace of mind to sleep like a baby and relieve you of the worry, stress, and fear of a lawsuit. In fact, we had a client who was happily married, whose spouse surprised him one day that she had been having an affair and was suddenly leaving him. He had no idea. We've had business partners who were best friends and out of the blue slap them with a lawsuit. And people get into car wrecks every day and are sued for more than their insurance covers. A lawsuit is the biggest wealth killer you will likely face. And if you want to survive it with your pants on, you must have a structure in place so that you can keep control of your life and stop the professional money grabbers from using the law to steal your wealth. What we do is give people the tools they need to keep control of their lives and give peace of mind for a lifetime. Now, if you like this video, please click like below and put your comments below. And to get more videos like this one, click on the subscribe button. And if you want more information on protecting your assets, please give us a call at 1-800-830-1055 or fill out a free request form at assetprotectionplanners.com. Thank you.